Starting the recording before.
Next time.
I started, but so I get distracted.
Okay, it is 10 o'clock. I want to welcome everyone to the Board of County Commissioner meeting. If you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
We will move forward to the agenda approval.
Commissioners, I have no change to the agenda as presented.
Entertain a motion for the agenda approval.
Make the motion.
I have a motion. I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sproeder,
Yes.
Commissioner Mitchell, Mr.
Yes.
Wardell. Chairman Andrea,
Yes,
motion passes.
thank you. On to the consent agenda.
All right, Commissioner, on the agenda for today, I have the meeting minutes from July 9th, 2024, the meeting minutes from July 16th, 2024, abatement number 24-14 for McAllister and Braslin, and abatement number 24-15 for Garcia, purchase order 280, CTSI employment deductible, a new hire in the jail, Alan Ruiz, a promotion for Angie Glover in the clerk of recorder's office, a new hire, Anthony Thomason in detention, a end of promotion increase for Christina Camacho, a transfer to the sheriff's office of Sabrina Brink, a resignation of Timothy Pacheco, and I have a series of pay increases after reductions in force. So what we've done here is we've eliminated positions and then used the funds from those positions to raise employees' salaries in those departments. So that is one for detention, one for dispatch, one for road and bridge, and one for the sheriff's, and one for the treasurer's office.
Motion to accept it.
Second that motion.
I have a motion, and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Commissioner Sproeder,
Yes.
Chairman Andrea.
Question. Do we need any extensions for the meeting minutes?
No, you guys, both of you guys were here on those 2 days. All
Yes.
three of you guys are here. All right. And motion passes. Public comment. Anybody on the list?
Do we have any further comment? Thank you. Nobody in the room for public comment? Anyone online? Hearing none, we'll continue to appointments.
North County Farm Bureau?
I'm here at John Stroh's stead.
What?
Have you all received the copies of the letter from the county, Huerfano County Park Bureau, and with my cover letter?
Yes. I have a cover letter from John Stroh. John Stroh.
John C. Davis,
Thank you. Your name and address, please.
631 Wahatoya Valley Estates Drive.
Thank you.
Glad I could remember that.
Yeah.
I usually just go by P.O. box. I don't have a lot of extra space for accommodation. So you have this letter before you from the Farm Bureau. I think it's very self-explanatory. And then you have my cover letter that gives you some information on the state veterinarian's office. What I'm here for today is to seek the county's your recommendation and any promotion you can give to designate Huerfano County as a veterinarian's underserved area, which we obviously are at this point. And the reason we would like you to promote this with the State Veterinarian's Office is via the State Veterinarian's Office, we can hopefully achieve that designation from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. If we get that designation from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, we will be qualified for a veterinarian to apply for educational loan forgiveness, which helps feather the nest to bring a veterinarian to our community. Other things that go along with the designation of being an underserved area are grants for equipment and instruments from the USDA, grants for drug inventory, grants for supplies, and general startup costs for capital to start a veterinary practice. The old building that was my veterinary practice stands ready to go. It's everything is operational there, but it is completely empty. No inventory, no equipment, other than the physical plant itself. So if we could seek your support in this endeavor, we would appreciate it very much. The community obviously needs a veterinarian. It's impacted us from a growth standpoint and community development. And I know you as a realtor realize that people are very interested when they come here to know if they have veterinary services or not. And from a standpoint of companion animals as well as livestock producers, it's a detraction from our community not to have veterinary services. If this is in agreement with your wishes, we would appreciate your support, and anything that you can bring in from other jurisdictions in the area to join in that support would be appreciated. And if you have any questions of me at this point, as far as economic development or anything regarding veterinary services, please ask me. I get approached daily. Doc, what are you doing? Are you going to get another veterinarian here? So it's an issue.
If I may. So thanks so much, Dr. John, for coming.
Yes.
Yesterday, I spoke with Becky Hoffman from the State Veterinarian's Office. I asked her sort of what the process is for resignation. She said that the process usually opens in October, and we have to submit sort of an application to them. That they actually submit the real application to USDA, but they said that there are a couple of things we can do to make our point stronger. She said that most of rural Colorado would qualify as an underserved area. What the state cares about and what USDA cares about is what efforts are we taking to recruit veterinarians here? They recommended that producers in the area set up some sort of intern or externship with CSU Veterinary School. They said that when people apply for these loans, showing that they have ties to the area, they've been here, they know they want to be here, they're going to be here for a long time, helps USDA feel comfortable issuing the loans or issuing the grants out. They said to sort of treat it in some ways like a bulletin board recruitment and try to recruit someone here. They also said that letters from producers, as well as numbers about the number of head of food animals, everything from chickens to cows, is helpful for them understanding the nature of the area, nature of the shortage. And so they basically said that our next call should be to CSU, besides talking to our own producers and seeing what kind of internships we can put together, people to come down and work on just do calving or things like that. You would know better than I would, Dr. John, about what kind of things that young veterinarians, people in school would find helpful. But just having programs like that in the area. The state veterinarian, said that she has put us on their list from both the letters that you all have sent them, as well as my call yesterday, that they will reach out to us when it's time for that process to open, which will start in like late September, early October. And they're going to want to come down and talk about the economic development side of recruiting a veterinarian. And Lola's here, so that's always a good tie-in. So we have some things we can do to help ourselves out and help make sure that designation, once we get it, goes forward. She also said that Huerfano County has been designated in the past, sort of off and on. So I think we, going forward, staying on that designation, keeping it for an extended period of time, will probably help us out as well.
And I think most of you are aware that there was an economic development meeting and we had the assistant state veterinarians in the community here, along with people from CSU to talk and meet with the ED. And so we are planning a follow-up meeting to that. And I believe that will probably be in late September or October, and try and get that word out if any of you want to attend and participate, because it was very informative last time.
Yeah, let us know. That's good.
Do you have any questions?
Do you have anybody that you know of locally that is interested in going to school program like that, or have you talked to anyone
I don't know of anyone that is close enough
recently?
to even getting into the pre-vet program at this time. We had one individual, but they ended up going on to another career. But we are antennae out, Carl.
Yeah, we can, if there are any local students that might be interested in the career, we should, that might be something that's appropriate for some economic development funds to incentivize them to go to school and help them do it.
Well, as you know, we've been quite successful at the hospital
Mhm.
at growing our own. We, after being on the hospital board when we first opened the hospital and spending a lot of money on headhunters and having people come to the community, stay 2 or 3 years and bounce out, we decided it was time that we start identifying young people in our community that wanted to have careers in the medical sciences and healthcare professions. And we have had scholarships through the healthcare foundation at the hospital. And as you know, we've had many students now come back to work in the community in the healthcare professions. And we have not in that scholarship program excluded veterinary medicine. It's been very broad scope, sociology, to dental tech, to nursing, to doctors, and veterinary. So far, we've had people that have gone through and gotten scholarships for the veterinary technology program, but none in veterinary medicine. So we are always looking.
There is one individual out of Levita who is interested. I believe he's going to vet school on a GI Bill, so I'll reach out to him and see if his intention is to move back home or not.
If you would put him in contact with me, I'll make him miserable.
Not the best way to say it.
Any other questions?
I will hound him.
You say that I like the effort.
Yeah.
I feel like when I left the county in the lurch. Gotta fill the gap.
You are
Thank you.
missed.
Anything else?
You're definitely missed.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Please feel free to contact me anytime.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
So Debbie isn't here today. Next on the agenda. So commissioners, what I have for you are your quarterly trustee reports, semi-annual report for the county treasurer's office, and the semi-annual report for the quarterly report for the period ending June 30th for the public trustees report. If you would accept these reports, we will get those signed and off to Debbie for her use there.
Make a motion to accept the reports.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second for discussion. Carl, do you need the dates as well as the amounts
For,
for the motion?
no,
Any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Andre,
Yes.
motion passes. All right, commissioners, I'm going to, going forward, change this land use section to more of a land use and permitting section. Uh, First up, we have a bulk water permit for James Outlet and Shannon Fortney. They are non-county residents, and they are seasonal residents, part-time or seasonal residents of the county. Land use did do an inspection. The property is in Eagle Flat Ranch near Gardner, vacant lands. There's no code violations on the property, and they have plans to build a residence on the property, and well, they're actually getting a well permit.
Yeah, they've already applied for their building permit and they're doing a Connex build with 5 connexes. It's rather impressive. It's gone to the Board of Review, the Building Authority Board, and they've approved the permit to build. And I think they're gonna try to be here for
Motion to accept the bulk water permit.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Underwood.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next, I have for you a water sewer tap application for Barbara Galvez. This is in Gardner. This one, the fee has been waived for this per an agreement to exchange land for installation of these sewer and tap, the sewer and taps for your property in Gardner. So attach the warranty deed that explains that exchange, I'll put the record there, but other than that, staff recommends there are some code violations on the property, but staff will work with them as they get ready to pull the building permit to get that cleaned up. They sort of have to clean it up in order to build on there, so I'm not super concerned about those.
And Clayton Homes has contacted us and said that they would be getting rid of that they'll be moving that shed over that you see on page 55 of your packet. They're gonna move that over and then clean up the property.
I'll make the motion to approve the water and sewer tap application for our growth.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Chairman Underwood.
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, Commissioner, next I have for you, a right of activation permit for J Communications. This is for fiber to the home in Navajo Ranch. I see the applicant is here, I'm going to development, I'm helping them out.
Good morning. We come to you this morning.
I'm sorry, will you both state your names, please?
I was just getting ready to do Wallace Bradley, Chair of Economic Development.
Thank you.
I'm Josh McKee. I'm Director of Operations at JD.
Thank you.
Good. We are here, and I'm just going to let Josh take most of the technical stuff and all the stuff that matters. And I'm just going to give you the 30,000 views that are just remind you that we have been working together with the county commission on the application for what was called CPF grants from the first round of money from the Infrastructure Act that came to the state, and work cooperatively with the county commissioners and with Jade as the internet service provider to put in, and CSU to put in an application for grants to serve Navajo and Pinyon Hills. And we were granted the grant for like 3.8 million. So we are here now to give a permit so that Jade can start working and executing the terms of that grant. And and the conditions that we all agreed when we were writing the grant, of which the commissioners have some part. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. It's good to be with you all again. Last time I was here, it was cold and Christmassy, which I'm kind of ready for winter already. We're looking to build fiber optic network to every lot in the Navajo ranches. That's about 1,000 lots. We foresee this to essentially take care of broadband services forever in that region, forever. We would like to start construction in August. Our construction plan is we're going to put one construction crew in the back of the park, starting on Shoshone, and we're going to put another crew on 510, and we're going to work towards the middle. We believe this strategy will allow us to build the network faster and connect residents at an accelerated pace. We recently hired a construction manager at Jade to help fulfill any of the requirements that you would have for construction methods, and making sure that we do so in a way that honors your county and the land and the residents that live there. We have 2 years to fulfill this project. That is from the beginning, which was in June, to the end. So we have till June of 2026. That is not enough time, but we're going to go for it. I would like to plow fiber as long as we can this year. Out there in Navajo with all the sun, I think we can go to January, February, and then we'll start back up again. It calls for about 40 miles of cable, and then we will connect it to our existing network in Levita. Are there any questions? This is really exciting.
It is very exciting. Thank you. My questions are just all the previous work you've done, all those residents have been tied in, or is that still a lag like Kuchara, a counter of 360?
Oh, sure. I'd love to update you on that. We recently just connected all of the, as of a few weeks ago, we started bringing homes in Little Kansas,
Oh, good.
or Whitehead to Little Canyon. I get in trouble sometimes for calling that Little Kansas. So I have people connecting cabins in that area. That is coming online. We have fiber plows putting in about 3,000 feet a week of cable in the Kuchara Ski Resort. That is trending towards to be, all the construction should be finished by Labor Day. And then we are missing a little piece in between Kuchara and Spanish Peaks. It's about 3,300 feet. That is in Forest Service right away. Once I get the green light for that, all of those homes in Spanish Peaks in the ski resort can have broadband.
Great.
Nice.
I would just add to that, it's been a bit of a challenge to get the Forest Service permit, and we're trying to exercise whatever political pressure we can to try to get that permit so that this can be done. This is a grant we got like 2 years ago,
That's right.
and we're still waiting on the permit. Just saying.
But all in all, Jade has built fiber to over 4,000 locations in Huerfano County, all of Levita, all of 360, 361, 362, all of Kuchara, and the entire Coachella Valley in about 4 years. That's a significant accomplishment. So we want to thank you for being really nice to work with. And we hope by taking the network to Navajo, it can launch us and help us support you guys in economic development.
And future plans after Navajo?
I just had a kid 2 weeks ago, so I'm not really still recovering.
Congratulations.
Navajo is on the immediate roadmap, but let me tell you what's coming. As part of the infrastructure bill, the state of Colorado has received almost $1 billion of funds exclusively to be used for broadband deployment. Lola and I intend on throwing our name in the hat and seeing what other areas Huerfano County does not have broadband and how we can help you solve that problem.
We did apply for a grant for about 200 addresses in Gardner and surrounding area, and we did not receive it for the last round of the CBO, Colorado Broadband Office grants. They ran out of money before they got to us because the cost per line is quite high up there, as you might imagine. And so, we did not receive that grant. It's the first time that we have not received a
Had to
grant.
lose, had to lose.
Okay, no, odds were against us. But, but with the, it's about $865 million that the state is going to be, allocating, and there are maps put out to target the areas because it's supposed to go to the hardest served areas. And, we're beginning to look at that map and the schedule that will be required to apply for that grant. And we're monies for that to help finish out Huerfano County, because most of the places that after we get done with this one will be the hardest served areas.
Are there any regions that we should consider in the next?
Garden has been a big focus, as you already know.
Okay.
Lola literally wrote the plan, the county plan for broadband, so
Okay.
that's our roadmap there. But Garden is the next big area, and there's some mention of Silver Spurs.
Yep.
Well, I don't know what else, what it was after that though, but I know there's that, well, you know the plan, so you got it from all of, but we want to just keep making progress wherever we can.
Yeah, so hopefully for this next step, I come to you asking for permission to start a Navajo today. And hopefully in 6 to 9 months, I can come before you again with exciting news to breaking ground on another area. Until then, I think that's premature.
In the broadband plan, which needs to be updated, it hasn't been updated for a year, so thank you for the reminder. We need to look at some of the county codes, Silver Spur, Black Hawk, and a little bit of, just a few county roads here and there, the homes behind Lathrop, there are a couple of free little pockets. And so now that we've kind of hit the major pockets, we'll kind of go back and see how close we are to what's called the mid-mile connection, to be able to get to what's called the final mile to the house, to those connections, to those residences. But first things first.
Fantastic.
So, commissioners, just a couple of reminders here. One, the fee is waived for this application. As part of our commitment to assist Jade in the grant, we've also committed that any assistance Jade needs from Road and Bridge is available to them. Usually during these applications, the commissioners may put a limit on when work can be done. If you want to defer that to Justin, you can do that too, or have Justin work with Josh and his team to come up with appropriate schedule. I think what we discussed during our study session this morning, going until May, June, or just pay it by year might be doable now because of the location versus how it is in Kachara. We generally, I think, want to keep this as much as possible in the on the shoulders and not in the road. But other than that, you have in here a draft bond for $50,000 from Jake. You have the choice to accept that bond, lower that bond, raise that bond. It's up to you guys. I think that's all of my reminders.
And so in our discussions this morning, we talked about stopping construction in October is what we usually do in Kachara, but as you mentioned, the sunshine in Navajo is lower elevation. So you definitely want to work with Dustin and see, where the frost line is and what that looks like. But I don't have any objections if you want to try to push into November, December, as long as you're on the same page with Dustin. But I leave that to my fellow commissioners to discuss as well.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think keeping in contact with Dustin would be good. Just make sure that, because everything changes, you could go quite a lot longer than that, depending on the season. Right.
I'll make the motion to approve RLW 24-004 right-of-way excavation for Jade.
I have a motion.
Second that.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion, including the $50,000 bond. Okay. Any other discussion?
And for clarification, the bond is for roads are repaired after the project is completed.
Great time. So yeah, the bond is for making sure the roads get back into the quality that they were before the back up to the road standards.
And if they're completed, the bond goes back.
Absolutely.
Which we've had good success
We
with.
didn't hear. that.
Okay, so
It was at a training night.
sorry, the bond is for making sure the roads are repaired, and at the end of the project, when the roads are repaired, the bond goes back.
On that note, we've done multiple performance bonds with the county. The work has been done for a few years. Maybe I would work with the county to see about releasing spots.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. You will work with Sherry on which projects are ready to release, and we'll get those done as possible.
I work with her.
Absolutely.
Any other discussion? I have a motion and a second. Call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Chairman Jones,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you.
both very
Thank you
much.
for everything you're doing.
We're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
All right, Commissioners, next I have the land application number 23-040. This is a plat amendment easement vacation for, this is a plat amendment for Panadero. This is a conversion of 2 existing lots into 7 lots. Right at the corner, starting at the corner of Panadero Loop and Panadero on the south end there. I don't see Bill.
No, but Kaylee's here.
Sherry, you want to take it from here?
Yeah, I'm Kaylee Vitamin H2 Land Surveying, market manufacturer in Orange Ranch Properties.
How are you? Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you? You have questions?
I think Carl pretty much gave an oversight of it. This was originally supposed to be for 8 parcels. It was 2 parcels and then they wanted to make it into 8 and we couldn't get water to the 8th parcel, so we moved it into 7. The utilities for both electrical and water and sewer will serve these properties.
This project is a little bit unique because there's a difference between what's deeded and what's currently platted. So that's why on the map you see 3 different maps. You see what's platted, what's deeded, and what's going to be.
Get to that page.
Any questions?
The only question I have is, right earlier on parcel 6A, that strip that comes down, the train allow for the driveway to go straight into that.
Yes, I talked to one of the local contractors and he had some questions on it, but after that it's 50 feet wide and knowing we could cut enough and have enough slope for the cuts that we anticipate that being somewhere around 2%.
You're not concerned that those cuts are gonna be too steep, that
I'm sorry.
you're not concerned those cuts are gonna be too steep to.
Actually, that one he's asking about is probably one of the better ones. The one further over from 3A might be a little steeper, but you can turn and it starts to line the driveway a little bit and that as you get up here. So at this point, we're not. We did want to make obviously sure access to every lot was along the road, and to the point about the water, there is sewer in front of every lot. There is water at this point in front of every lot. When we had 8 lots, water was a little bit short. It's 130 feet or so. We talked to a couple contractors about extending it. It's really cost prohibitive to make it worth having another lot. So that's why we just left it like it is, so that water stays only 7 lots. There's water, there's sewer, and there's electricity, and apparently there's a shed.
You all plan to develop these lots and sell like finished homes or selling lots?
We don't, we plan to allow put them on the market for just lots for folks. We have understood from the water department that the lots already have access to water in this because of previous work that's been done. I would say that you as a board already acknowledged when we purchased these lots about a year and a half ago, we did a map amendment to leave the seller one lot, you may recall that. And in doing so, you guys made note of a previous agreement, a lady named Patricia Concan and Ski Chara, LP or something like that. And had an agreement that these properties would require single family homes and no less than third acre lots and no less than 2,000 square foot homes. We're perfectly acceptable to that. We actually want to do something for the area that improves the value. We don't want it to be something that detracts from it. So, but we don't intend to build homes. I would remind everyone that these lots and this property is not part of the homeowners association there. So while we make sure it was in the language when we purchased the property and did the previous map amendment for the 2,000 square foot homes and the third acre lots, and while we still would encourage those to be in place, I'm not really sure if somebody buys one of these lots, you know, they're going to come to the county for a building permit, but they don't have homeowners association. So you're anybody to really hold them accountable for that for you guys. So I would point that out. Good point.
I'll make the motion to approve permit number 23-040, plat amendment easement vacation, without any special conditions.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier, Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Chairman Dredd.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you
Thank you all
guys.
very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ready for action?
Yes.
And that commissioners, first I'll see the resolution number 44-34, resolution authorizing the county treasurer to open a new bank account for Huerfano County at Bank of Montreal.
Motion to accept to create that.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Dredd.
Yes.
Motion passes. Now we're on page 91, resolution number 24-35, resolution to establish county commission liaison responsibilities for calendar year 2024. I'll have to correct that. Thanks, Eric, for pointing that out. This just essentially confirms what you voted on at your last meeting, who's assigned to what boards, and Eric is the chair and Carl is the vice chair.
Thank you. Motion to accept 24-35 with a year repair.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Mr. Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Dredd.
Yes.
Motion passes. Commissioner, next I have for you the ambulance license for the Spanish Regional Health Center and a letter to the health center confirming that they have your authorization to operate. So I would request your approval of this letter and so they can continue operations for the next 2 years.
I'll make the motion to approve the letter for Spanish Peak Regional Health Center for their ambulance authorization.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier, Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Chairman Huerfano.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, Commissioners, just have for you the 2023 request for extension of the audit. The audit is, of course, due July 31st. We're talking with the auditor to get that accomplished, get that completed and over to us for review so we can send it off to the state and the feds. So we request your approval of this request for extension. It'll extend the due date until September 30th.
I'll make the motion to extend audit for 2023.
Second that.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Chairman Huerfano.
Yes.
Motion passes. Commissioners, if you might remember, a couple of months ago, we applied for a local plan capacity grant from the Department of Local Affairs. And we had been awarded that grant to help the county advance housing projects and coordinate with other local governments, community organizations to develop a housing framework. The proposed project budget is $145,000, of which $116,000 will come from donors, and the county will contribute $29,000. The county match come from American Rescue Plan Act funds, and the funds will be used to hire consultants to help advance projects as well as for a part-time employee or contractor, which is for coordination. Which is a long way of saying we're going to try to build an ecosystem for housing, something that allows housing to continue to move forward in this county, help us get projects accomplished, and helps us remove that barrier to economic development in the county. DOLA has given us permission to essentially be flexible here, which is very rare for grantors. Basically, they've said we need to get together as a community and figure it out, and figure out what we want to do, what our approaches and works for us. So work with economic development, you guys, and our other key stakeholders to try to figure that out, have some meetings, some big meetings in the next 3 months, and we'll go from there.
Make a motion to accept the grant acceptance for DOLA.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. I just want to say thank you again for your hard work in applying and receiving grants. It is the backbone of the community, so thank you all.
And we, our next meeting, I will request to actually transfer the American Rescue Plan Act funds to the fund where this is going to be budgeted out of, which is the Housing Authority Fund.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Chairman Huerfano.
Yes.
Motion passes. Commissioners, the Spanish Peaks Alliance Wildfire Protection. I'll let you have fun with pronouncing that acronym. Regardless.
Say that.
You see how we're doing on this so far? So SWAT is offering Ross to have Ross Hallahan, our Majors Specialist, an opportunity to co-host their home ignition workshop series for the Majors Ranch community. In return, they'll pay all mileage associated with this course at a rate of $150, which is $30 an hour for 5 hours. That payment does come to the county. It's expected that Ross will have some overtime, some comp time for this. And that'll go towards covering that. And then also the mileage, we reimburse them for mileage or actually Ross, he uses a county vehicle, so that reimbursement comes to us as well. So request a motion to approve Spanish Peaks Alliance Wildfire Protection Work Order 24-3.1 for service with the Home Initiative Workshop Series.
So moved.
Seconded.
The motion in a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Huerfano.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, Commissioner, next I have for you your July 2024 vendor run, which finance has ready to go out once you approve. The total amount is $230,488.37. And of course, you have all listings of all of the payments lines that come from and funds. If you have any questions, you will address them.
I will make the motion to approve the July 2024 vendor.
Second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Chairman Rivera,
Yes.
motion passes. Commissioners, next I have a request from Sheriff Newman, a series of requests from Sheriff Newman. The first being a request to allow the deputies be paid overtime if they work in the jail. Speaking to Sheriff Newman this morning, he said that he expects that might last for about 3 weeks. And how this works in practice is the deputies that work in the jail, Chrissy, their HR liaison, will let our payroll folks know, Ann and Angela, to pay out their overtime for that period. So what I would request here is a motion to approve or deny this with a set end date if you decide to approve.
I make a motion to approve, but I definitely want a timeline. I don't remember, did he have a distinct timeline of how much he thought it would get?
He said roughly 3 weeks. So if you wanted to go to the end of the pay period, we have a pay period ending August 10th, and we have another ending August 24th. So end of pay periods is always best for these kinds of things. So picking one of those dates should be enough time. I think the 24th might be a little better just to give them some wiggle room. It's a little more than 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, so moved with that ending date.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote.
So,
Yes,
sorry, it
please.
was end date of August 24th.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Just call for a vote. Okay. Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Rivera,
Yes.
motion passes. Commissioner, next, the sheriff requests that Chrissy Already be paid out overtime for the pay period starting on July 14th and ending on July 27th. Note that this does include the time that we are presently in. This is because Chrissy had to download footage from the jail, 40 some odd cameras, took about 82 hours of time. So it was a special amount of work. And this is before you get your action out rather than sending it because this is outside of Oklahoma City.
And we'll make the motion to pay Christie already to pay.
Second that.
I have a motion and a second. It's also a worksheet you'll do because it's due the 27th, or is this all complete?
It's all complete now, my understanding, but basically, just as I said before, ending up on when a pay period ends is better.
But is the motion sufficient for past tense, work she already did, not work she's going to do?
So just make sure we have it clarified both for the minutes and for our staff. You're okay with this running to the end of this current pay period?
Through July 27th.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Spillier?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodell?
Yes.
Chairman Rivera?
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you.
Commissioners, just to have for you a request from the sheriff for a payout of comp time for Michael Ali Sanchez. Now, the amount is $1,270.97 to be paid on August 2nd. Michael is taking a leave of absence to go fight fires in Oregon. So I thought he'll return. Basically, this is again an out of order request. Usually these are check done at the end of a quarter rather than by the beginning of one. But basically this helps him move there and helps hopefully ensure that he comes back.
It's there, but I guess that's one of the questions. Is there anything that says he will come out? Any kind of documentation?
No. I don't think there is anything that says he definitely will come back. So this is a hope thing. In theory, he could just like use this as time off, but I think paying it out is probably better than say what you might have an alternative, say just your paying pay out his vacation comp time versus him staying on, just pay out his comp time so we can make the transition work. So it's definitely a hope that he'll come back and not certainly that he'll come back.
But he's staying on as an employee.
Yes, he'll just be on leave out there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Make motion to accept, leave of action, leave of absence, that payout. Compound.
Second the motion.
So the best way to say it, right?
Well, the leave of absence, Bruce already approved that.
Okay.
So, and as an elected official, you can do that. So it's really just the comp time payout. You guys control the purse strings, so.
To approve of the comp time payout.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. For clarity, do you need the name or the amount?
The minutes will reflect the name of the amount.
Thank you.
Did I say that correct?
Call for the vote.
Commissioner Wendell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Object,
Yes.
motion passes. Commissioners, next I have you a work order for KLJ Engineering for GIS services. In this task order, KLJ will assist the county in basically catching up and cleaning up our GIS system. They've been talking with our county for a few months now, so we're going over what the scope is, and we try to get them to get to a set price rather than an hourly based charge. But because they haven't just in the system itself to see sort of what's what. They weren't comfortable going with a flat rate, so we've settled on it's an hourly rate for the services performed with a cap at $25,000, which is budgeted in the IT budget, in this year's IT budget.
Make a motion to accept the, KLJ?
Mhm.
KLJ's, contract, with the cap of $25,000.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Object,
Yes.
motion passes. That is the end of action items. Ready for correspondence?
Yes, please.
First I have for you the treasurer's May and June financial report. I have your CAP monthly reports. A typical update from CTSI on return to work programs. Project update from CTSI on town reporting of CAP claims. As you guys know, we mentioned before, the CTSI technical updates are in one part just general updates that they give, just regularly recurring, and others are something happened somewhere, and then making sure no one else has that same problem. You never know which ones these are, but that's just something to remember. And we should always hope that we're not the ones that are the focus of these. Next I have for you your June 2024 expenditure report. We're getting closer and closer to balancing with the treasurer's office, but we're not quite there yet. Then I have your June 2024 revenue report, which is balanced. Next, you'll find your sheriff's revenues, the sheriff's fee report for May and June 2024. And following that, the Vita Village is having their first annual Legacy Golf Tournament on August 3rd at Rendell.
Does correspondence need a motion?
No.
Thank you.
Well, unless there's something you want to act on, like for something like the Media Village, if there is if you decide you want to participate, something like that, that's when you make a motion. But yeah. No, because it did go to my email. We can talk about it in the admin report. Ready to move on?
Yes, staff reports, please.
So, we have, with the change you made this earlier today, with dispatch changing their, rates, we have now reposted dispatch officer position, that closes, on August 9th.
What is the advertised rate?
I think it's 40 to 49. Basically, it's pay on experience. If you have, let's say it's a former dispatcher that wants to come back and they worked for 3-4 years, they're on that higher rate. If it's someone that's new dispatcher, that's a lower rate, and we train them up, and then that's going to move up as time goes on. And they, I can't do that. 45 to 49.
Thank you.
Yep. Angela and I have a meeting with folks to review healthcare options. And, I think we're going to stick with CTSI, but we're just looking to see what's out there and how the market reacts and what's going on. Other than that, we are moving forward on a number of projects. Thank you for attending the ribbon cutting for the Asian Influence contracting. Carl, that was last Monday.
Thank you for making us climb up a ladder onto a roof.
First of all,
We should have video.
We should have had.
we
video.
should have video because we would have had a video of me falling on that roof. Second, I should have remembered. I should have thought sooner to get the lift in so Carl can go from that roof.
Oh.
Which, we can still
Plan
have
that
that
better
happen.
next time.
Okay. The box is coming up soon. Don't worry.
Now that, I'm not sure if.
The 129 Kansas remodel is moving ahead. And hopefully by the end of August, we're ready to let you guys for approval to move forward with that project. The legislative priorities meeting was fascinating. I don't think it's been that argumentative in a few years. And last time that was just mostly personalities, and now this is over, I guess, some substance here. But it's very clear to me that a big chunk of counties, I don't know if it's everyone else, but it feels like it's everyone else, is struggling with some of the same things we are. Road and bridge funding being big ones amongst them, the way that the legislature has played around with assessment rates. Counties in general are hurting for funds, is what it sounds like, and everyone is trying to find solutions. So I would recommend that you guys stay heavily engaged in that because Huerfano County is a fairly unique county. We have a fairly advanced program for our size. We make dollars go pretty far around here. It doesn't always feel that way, but we do. The reality here, though, is that some of these changes can have really big impacts on us, positive or negative, and can drastically affect our operations. Even a little change can drastically affect us. So being as engaged as possible when things like HTF and other funding starts coming up is important. Kim, you want to talk about, Kim got a couple of flyers that didn't make it into the agenda. Do you want to talk about those?
Huerfano County Branch is doing a, back to school fundraiser where they've asked us to donate some money towards that effort of buying school supplies. And we also got one, Tony Pino had sent to me, that one of the local churches is doing a drywall sub. So they were asking the county commissioners for support.
Do you have anything in your budget that you can contribute?
I'm assuming that these numbers are small enough where I can probably find it somewhere.
Yeah, didn't we do the debate before for like backpacks and stuff, right?
I think so.
Do you remember the price or how much? Yeah,
I don't. I feel my gut tells me that I'll make that price, but I feel like we've been typically around 250 to 500.
I thought it was like,
I don't know if anyone else remembers.
I don't remember, I don't know if that's something we want to do or if we want to just go and buy,
Buy supplies and
buy supplies and give them the supplies.
We went and bought some backpacks and went and made them, like just maps. So that's something we want to do, like for office or.
yeah, a little more control over what you do, I guess, if we let you buy it, but yeah, maybe do 20 backpacks or something like that, do some backpacks and pencils. They even use pencils.
How about we keep it under, let's say, 1,000 for both, and see what we can get, and we can talk to them about what they need.
If we do cash with the bank, they match whatever we put in. So
So maybe 500 for both. And then they match.
Is that, you can find 1,000?
Yeah, that's more from that work. I know I can find that somewhere.
It'd be easier to get 250 for each.
Less is always more, but
I think 250 goes a long way for suppliers,
that's true too.
but whatever motion you want to make.
Yeah, 250 each. The second motion.
Motion in a second to give $250 each in either cash or supplies to both the church and to the First National Bank. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
All right. Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Angetta,
Yes.
motion passes. All right. And that is the end of that. Fourth, there's no county attorney report for you this week. We're gonna just do not believe we have needed an executive session.
Any other business before we entertain a motion to adjourn?
Make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Commissioner Wardell,
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier,
Yes.
Chairman Angetta,
Yes,
motion passes.
we are adjourned at 11:02. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.